right? So in the last session, like we were discussing about the sort command. We understood a few things about sort command. Sort is mainly to sort the lines alphabetically. Okay, if I have some few lines of text in a text file, if I have some few lines, if I would like to sort the lines alphabetically, then we'll go for sort command. And we have seen some examples, like suppose if there is a numerical content, okay, if there are numbers, and if we would like to sort these numbers in the numerical order, okay, if I want to go for numerical sorting, then the command is sort -n the file name, so that these numbers will be arranged in the numerical order based on the numerical sorting. And if I want to go for reverse order sorting, I will use sort -or, so that all these things will be printed in a reverse order. So all these examples we have seen. And this example, if I have the data in the form of table like this, and if I want to sort this data based on a particular column, suppose if I want to sort the data based on the department, I will use this command. I will use the command like sort -k, the column name. Okay, department here, department is the third column. So if I give third the -k3, so it will sort the contents of this particular file based on the third column. It will sort alphabetically based on the third column. So these are the few things that we have seen in the previous session. How to eliminate duplicates? We used sort -u command. Okay, simply sort -u command we can use to eliminate the duplicates. And this is the script that we have seen. What is happening here in this script? This script is mainly for deleting the duplicate records, right? This is mainly for deleting the duplicate records. What we are doing here? So we are just entering the file name, so that the file name will be stored in this variable called fname. And we are trying to duplicate sort -u. What is the use of sort -u command? Sort -u is used to eliminate the duplicates. So after eliminating duplicates, the content will be stored in a temporary file. Sort -u is the one which is used for eliminating duplicates, and we'll be storing the data temporarily in a temporary file. So after eliminating the duplicate records, we are storing data in a temporary file. And again, we are renaming. Move command here is used for renaming the temp file into the original file name. And let's see one more command. Apart from the sort, we have another command called unique. Let's understand unique command. Unique is mainly for displaying the unique records. Unique command in Linux is used for displaying unique records. So let's see some examples what are the cases we use unique command. So let me save the file. I'm going to save a file called kt.txt. You can take any file name. I'm just taking some examples to show you. I don't have any files here. You can see I'm going to save the file called kt.txt. I'm going to save a file kt.txt. Inside the file, I'll be giving some content like this is the content. Okay, I have some duplicate lines. You can see these are the duplicate. The same line is repeated for 3 times, and here this line is repeated for 2 times. This is the content that I'm using in this particular file. These contents I've saved, escape. I'm saving the contents. We can see the contents now. I'm just using cat space kt.txt. I can see the lines here. I can see the lines here. These are the lines of text that I have provided inside the kt.txt file. Now, I'm applying a command. Okay, I'm running a command called unique. Okay, unique on the file called kt.txt. Unique on the file called kt.txt. Let's see the output. What is the output that we are getting? So I have 3 lines. I have 3 lines. You can see here. I have 3 lines here in the about text file. I have 3 lines with the name like I love music. So now all the lines all the duplicated ones got deleted, and now it is printing only one. Okay. So it is printing the unique lines. It is printing all the unique lines. So it is avoiding the duplicate. It is not printing the duplicates. It is printing the unique ones. So this is the unique line it is printing, and this is the unique line. And this is also another unique line. Thanks is also another unique line. It is printing all the unique lines. Okay, it is avoiding all the common things. If the same line is repeated for multiple times, it is avoiding them, it is ignoring them, and it is printing all the unique lines. Let's see some other examples. If I want to know the count of the duplicated lines, let's see. Right, hyphen C is used for what? we can use hyphen C for count. See how many times this particular line is repeated. How many times this particular line is repeated? If this line is repeated for 3 times, it is giving 3. After that, you can see here, we have one empty line. So empty lines, we have only one empty line. Okay. This line is repeated for 3 times and we have one empty line. And this line is repeated for 2 times. And this is 1 time. So it is giving the count of each and every line. If I want to see the count of each and every count of the content, how many times the line is repeated, how many times the context is repeated, we can see like this. Unique hyphen security.txt. And how to display, you can see how to display the repeated lines. If I want to display D stands for small d, okay, small d stands for duplicate. If I want to display the repeated lines or duplicated lines, I'm using hyphen small d. What small d is using? These are the 2 lines which is repeated. So this particular line is repeated and this line is repeated. These are the 2 duplicated lines usually. And in the above content, these 2 are the lines which is repeated more number of times. That's why it is giving like these are the 2. D stands for duplicate. Okay, to display the repeated lines, we are using this command. How to display all duplicate lines? How to display all duplicate lines? Let's see the difference. What is the difference between small d and capital D? Small d is giving us like, it is showing like these 2 lines are repeated for more number of times, and capital T is displaying the line is repeated for how many number of times. This particular line is repeated for 3 times and this line is repeated for 2 times. It is displaying all the duplicated lines. Got it? So hope you understood the difference between small d and capital D. What small d is doing? Small d is just displaying the lines which are repeated. Capital D is displaying all the duplicate lines. All the duplicate lines. So let's go to another command, unique hyphen U. Unique hyphen U. Anyhow, I am uploading the notes each and every day in the folder. You can practice, okay? The same commands you can see and you can practice. How to display unique lines. How to display the unique lines. What are the unique lines in the above text? We have seen, right? The unique lines from the above text. Previously also we have seen these are the unique lines. So unique lines in the sense what? Suppose if this line is repeated if the line is repeated for 3 times and if this line is repeated for 2 times. Okay, there are duplicates, right? But this is the line which is unique and there are no duplicates for this one. So if I want to display the unique lines, how to display unique lines? So this is how we are displaying. Hyphen U stands for unique lines. From this file, it will ignore all the lines which are repeatedly or which are duplicated and it will display only the unique line. How to compare the file? Let's see. We have 3 commands. We have 3 more commands like diff command, cmt, com. Okay. Let's see the differences between all the 3 ones. What does the diff command do? The diff command will do. What is diff command? So let's see an example to understand what is the output that diff command shows. For example, let's have a file called vi space test1. Okay, I'm going to create a file called test1. Let me create a file called vi space test1. Inside the test1, I'm going to save some content. These are the 3 lines, ABC, PQR, XYZ. These are the 3 lines that I'm saving. Only 3 lines I'm giving. Okay, shift colon W. You can see what is the content that I have saved here in test1. I have 3 lines, ABC, PQR, and XYZ. Now I'm going to copy the content of test1 to a file called test2. I'm creating a new file. So CP command. CP stands for copy. I'm copying the contents from test1 to test2. Whatever the contents I have in test1, that will be copied to test2. I'm running this command. Now you can see the file name of test2. You can see the test2 file. So the same content, whatever the content I have here in test1, the same content is copied to test2. Now let me run diff command. What does the diff command says? So we already know that the contents present in both test1 and test2 file are same. We have same contents both. We have same contents present both in test1 and test2 file, right? So now I'm just applying diff command to see what is the output that it displays. Let's see what does this diff command shows. It is not displaying anything. Why? Because the contents present in both test1 and test2 are same. Have same contents present in test1 and test2. That's why it is not giving anything. Okay. Let's see. Let's create a new file called test3. Let's create a new file called test3. And here in this test3, one second. In test3, I'll be copying some other contents. Okay. This is the file these are the contents. You can see the difference here. In test1, these are the 3 lines I have copied. In the test3, I'm going to create a new file called test3. And these are the 3 lines. And what is the difference here? We understood that this is the difference. Here in the second line, we have MAC. In test1, second line, we have PQR. Okay. So let me give these 3 lines. I'm just giving these 3 lines in test3 file. Script called WQ. You can see now what is the difference we have in test3. Okay, in test3, we have ABC, MAC, XYZ. In test1 and test2, we have these 3 lines. Test3, we have 3 lines. Let's give the command called diff to see diff test1 and test3. I'm comparing test1 with test3. Okay, anyhow, we understood that the contents present in test1 and test3 are different. I would like to see the differences. What are the differences it is having? In second line, it is clearly showing. In the second line, displaying like 2. Okay, 2C2. It is displaying like in the second line. The meaning of this 2CT is in the second line, we have the test1 file. Okay, in the test1 file, we have this less than symbol indicates that first file, the source file, and this greater than symbol indicates that the test3 file. So in test1 file, we have this PQR second line. In the same second line, test3 file is having this MAC content. So these are the differences that it is having. So diff command displays the differences. What is the diff command? If both the files are same, it won't display any output. If both the files are same, in this case, we have seen like by giving test1 and test2, diff test1, test2. Since both the files are same, we are not getting any output. Okay, it is not displaying any output. So when I'm trying to see with this one, test1, test3, it is displaying the lines where we have the differences. So that's how we can see the differences between the contents in the files by using diff command. So we have another command. Let's just understand what is the difference between diff, compare, and com. These are the 3 things. What is CMP? Compare. By the name itself, we can understand it is used to it is going to compare 2 files. It is going to compare 2 files byte by byte. So if there is a difference, it reports the byte and the line number. Let's understand. So now we have the same files, right? Test1 and test2. On the same files, I'm applying CMP, not diff, CMP. I'm just comparing test1 and test2, not displaying any output. The same time, I'm doing like CMP, test1 and test3. It is just giving that there is a difference in line number 2 in byte 5. Okay, it is saying that there is a difference. It is compare command is just comparing the 2 files and is displaying that output. So there is a difference in line number 2 byte 5. So that's what it displays. Okay, that's how the compare command will displays the output. It won't go into the details like diff command. Diff command is showing the contents. What are the difference or what is the difference in contents we have? It is displaying the contents differences. But compare command is displaying the output like line number in which byte. Okay, the differences. So that's how the CMP command will work. CMP command is used to compare 2 files byte to byte. If there is any difference in the byte and in any line number, it reports the byte and line number. Okay, compare command reports the byte and line number. Right, we have one more command called com. So what is the use of com? Com is used for comparing 2 sorted files. com command is used for comparing two sorted files. Let's see the output of this com command. How actually it displays? It will display the lines that are present in file 1. It will display the lines that are that we have differences in file 2. And it will also display the lines present in the differences present in both file 1 and file 2. Okay, these three things you can understand. Three columns. The output here, the help of com command, the output is represented in three columns. What is the unique things present in file 1? What are the unique things present in file 2? What are the differences in file 1, file 2, and both file 1 and file 2? So let me show you the output so that you'll understand. We have common things both in test 1 and test 2. We have common things present in both test 1 and test 2. It is just displaying. These are the things. Okay. These are in both file 1 and file 2. Okay. In both test 1 and test 2. These are the things we have ABC, PQR, XYZ, and empty line. These are the contents we have in both test 1 and test 2. Suppose if I give test 3 is having different contents. Okay. And you can see here in this is the first column. Okay. This is the first column. The first column, the unique one is PQR. The second column, the first file, we have a PQR. In the second file, test 3. Okay. In this one, test 3 file, we have MAC. And what are the common contents present in file 1 file 2? These are the common contents. ABC and XYZ, these are the common contents present in file 1 and file 2. In file 2, we have this as difference. And file 3 is this one. Okay. In test 1, we have this one as unique. And test 3, we have this one as unique. Got it? So these are the things. So it is displaying the output. Com command will display the output in three different columns. The first column indicates this is the item which is not present in the other file. So the second column indicates the second file, test 3 file. Okay, this one, the PQR1 indicates the test 1 file. The MAC1 indicates the content is in test 3 but not present in test 1. So the third line, the third column indicates that these are the common contents present in both test 1 and test 3. This is how actually displays the output. Okay, so based on the requirement, we can use whichever is needed. So com is a one which is used for displaying the output. We can see here it is a 3-column output. Com is a 3-column output. It will display the lines only in file 1. It will display the lines that are only in file 2. It will display the lines both are present in file 1 and file 2. This is how the output will be presented. Okay, let's move on to some other things to understand the scripting in detail. We have operators in shell script. What are the operators? We have arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, range operator. These are the main operators that we use in shell script: arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment, and range operators. And the important point, usually whenever we use operator, one space is mandatory before and after the operator. Okay, except for the assignment. Okay, for assignment, we don't need to give any spaces. But if you are giving any other operators, we will leave one space. One space is mandatory before and after the operator. We know about all these operators, right? Okay, arithmetic operators. What are the operators we have? Arithmetic, relational, logical. We'll discuss each and every one in detail. Before we discuss, we'll go for understanding a keyword called expression, EXPR. There is a keyword called EXPR. Okay, let's discuss about the operators in detail. Before we discuss about the operators, let's understand what is EXPR. EXPR is a keyword. So this expression, EXPR command, okay, there is a command called EXPR. It is also a Linux command. This EXPR command is used to evaluate the arithmetic expressions. Okay, it is used to evaluate the arithmetic expressions. You can look at the small script. You can look at this very small script and you can understand what actually the output it is going to give us. What is the output here? It is we are assigning a variable. We are declaring a variable and assigning a value called 10. Again, one more variable, assigning a value called 20. We are just trying to print the output. $A accessing the value of A plus $B. We are accessing the value of B. Can anyone guess what is the output of this particular script? Only 3 lines. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, echo $A plus $B. What is the output that we will get here for this particular script? Let's see what is the output that we are going to get. Okay, we are going to save the script. Okay, we are going to save the script and let's run the script. I'm just saving the script with VI space script 14.sh, insert. I'm just giving these 3 lines, only these 3 lines. Give 3 lines, escape, shift, colon, WQ. Let's see, script, cat space, script 14.sh. Yes, these are the 3 lines I've given. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, echo $A plus $. How to run the script? If I run the script, you can see what is the output it is giving. It is just printing the value of A plus operator, the value of B. So the expression is not being evaluated here. Try to understand. If I give like this, the expression is not being evaluated. I want to add both these numbers. If I want to add both these numbers, this will not work out. Okay, writing the expression like this will not work out. We will not get the output by writing the expression like this. So for that, we need to write a keyword. We need to use a keyword called expression. Let me use this. Let me show you another example. This is the place where you can see to get the output, we're doing like this. Okay, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, echo. I'm using the keyword expr $A plus $B, so that we will be getting the output. Okay, we'll be getting the sum of the two numbers. So let me edit these two things. Let me edit the file, same file, and sorry. Let me take another example here. Space script 15.sh. I'm just adding one more script. Script. Adding these 3 lines now. Okay. I'm using the third line. You can observe echo expr is the one. Expr is the command which is used for escape colon WQ. Now you can see here script 15.sh. I'm running this script. sh space script 15.sh. Can you see here? It is printing the output as that. So if you want to, what is the use of this expr keyword? Okay, let's understand what is the use of this expr keyword. Expr command is used to evaluate the arithmetic expressions. Okay, just by writing echo $A plus $B will not evaluate our expression. We are using a keyword. Okay, we are using a keyword called expr, and it is used to evaluate the arithmetic expressions. That's the meaning of this particular one. Let's go ahead and understand some more things, few more things. Okay, so we have, yes, we understood this particular script. What is this one? So let's understand. We have relational operators. We understood arithmetic operator. We have seen, right? We are now discussing about arithmetic operators, relational operators, all these things. Okay, we are looking at small scripts to understand how actually we are going. What are the keywords that we use to evaluate the arithmetic expressions? Slowly we'll understand. Okay, we will take the small scripts, and we will understand like how we are going to use different types of operators. Usually there are two types of relational operators. Now we're talking about relational operator. There are two types of relational operators. We have numerical as well as string. Numeric comparisons and string comparisons. Let's see, these are the things which comes under numerical comparisons. What is this hyphen GT? Can anyone guess? Greater than. Hyphen GT. Okay, greater than. GE stands for greater than or equal to. LT, less than. LE, meaning less than or equal to. EQ stands for equals to. NE, not equals to. Hope you understood all these things. Greater than, GT stands for greater than or equal to. LT, less than or equal to, equals to, not equals to. This is how we use the comparison operators here, the numerical comparison operators. Let's see some other examples. We have some other comparisons, like we can also use these kind of operators. Greater than symbol, greater than equal to. Okay, there are two categories. We can use hyphen GT, hyphen G like this, greater than. For greater than, we can use hyphen GT, and we can also use another comparison operator like this, greater than symbol. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, equals to. Okay, not equals to. This is how we use the operators. Let's see some examples to understand. Okay, what are the examples that we have? If you look at some example scripts, then you will understand how actually we are using. Let's see here. So there are some file test commands. Okay, we have some file test commands. What are the file test command? Like suppose if I have, I can use -e. Okay, in the script, like if I'm using -e. So the -e will verify whether if the file is existing or not. If it is a conditional thing, like it says true if the file is existing. If I want to verify if the file is existing or not. Okay, if I want to verify whether the file is existing or not. So I will use -e. So what is -e here? It says true if the file is exist. What about -f? It says true if the file is a regular file. If it is -d, it says true if it's the file is a directory. Either if you are looking, so sometimes you will be looking for files, sometimes you'll be searching for directories. Okay, so there are many things here. We'll come one by one. Okay, we'll come to one by one. Let's see some example to understand how we'll write the scripting and all. You can look at the script here. This is an example script to understand where we use -e. Can you understand the script? This is the script. Okay, this is the script. What is the use of this script? We are writing the script to check whether the given file is existing or not. So what is the echo command? Echo command will just print this one, this particular string, enter the file name. So we are using the read one. Read command is used to accept the input. So read A, it will accept the input from the terminal. If I enter some file name, then what is the condition? We understood, right? This is the one. So what is this one? Usually in any programming languages, okay, earlier we understood like some programming languages. You might have some knowledge on programming languages. Like the programming languages, here also we are having some conditional statements. Okay, what are the conditional statements we have? Apart, we have understood like here we have arithmetic operators, relational operators. In the same way, we have some conditional statements. What are the conditional statements we have? These are the 5 conditional statements. You can see if statement, if else, if statement is there, if else if ladder, nested if, switch statement. See the syntax of this one, if statement. If, we'll write the expression here. If the condition is true, okay, it evaluates it. First, it will verify whether the condition is true or not. The condition is true, then only it will enter into this. It will execute this then statement. If the condition is true, then only it will enter and it will execute this then statement. Otherwise, it will exit. Okay. So what about this is the syntax? Okay. This is how we write the syntax for if statement. What about if else? What about if else? So conditional. First it will verify the condition, check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the statement 1. Okay. Otherwise, it will go for statement 2. Else condition. We have an else condition. If the condition is true, then it enters and executes the statement 1. If the condition is false, directly it will go for else statement. If the condition is false, it won't enter into this particular block. It will enter the else statement block, else block. And else, if the again here we are verifying what we are doing here, if the if else statement to verify, it will check the condition. It checks the condition. If the condition is true, it enters into this, but it will enter and it will execute this particular block. Otherwise, if the condition is false, it will enter and it will execute this particular block, statement 2. Condition is true, it executes this particular block. If the expression, this condition is false, then it enters into this particular block and execute this one. So we already aware of this, like what are the conditional statements, like if statement is there, if else, else if ladder, nested if else, switch statement. This is the syntax. See the syntax of this one, if else if ladder. This is the syntax of else if ladder. We have a condition, if conditional statement here. The condition is true, then it execute this one. Otherwise, it will go for second one, second condition. If this particular condition is true, it execute this block. Else, it will go for this one. So this is for checking multiple conditions here. You see the first condition. It verifies the first condition. The first condition is true, then it executes this one. Else, it will go for the second condition. If the second condition is true, then it executes this particular block. Else, it will go for the statement and it ends. This is how we write else if later. We'll see. We'll look at some examples for all these things. Let's understand before the syntax. Okay, let's understand the syntax before we proceed for the other things. So this is the nested if else. Nested if. Okay. This is the condition. If condition. If the condition is true, it execute this block. Else, go for second condition. The second condition is true, then it execute this one. Else, you understood, right? So this is the first condition. Okay, it will go for the if condition. It will execute. If the condition is true, it execute this particular block. Else, it will go for the second condition, and then it will execute this block. So multiple nested means what? If condition within an if condition. You see, this is an if condition. Within this if condition, we have multiple if conditions. We can write multiple if conditions. That is called nested if. If within an if. Writing if condition within an if condition, which is called nested if. We also have switch case. We will see some examples so that you will understand very clearly. We also have switch case statement. So here we will write everything in the cases. Suppose you see here, we have we'll be having like patterns. We will be having like multiple statements. So we will write the input, we'll give the input here so that if the statement 1 is matching, then it will print the statement 1 as true. If the case statement is matching for statement n, look, we'll write multiple statements. We'll write multiple statements so that it will execute based on the pattern matching. So look at the example. Let me show you some examples to understand all these cases. First, let me go with a simple example of this one, this particular script. If you look at the script, what is the conditional statement I am using? If condition. This is the simple script that says that we are using an if condition. And what is the use of this script? Okay, this script is mainly for checking the given file is existing or not. What is the main thing that we need to understand here? We understood all these things. File name, accepting the input from the terminal. Here we are using if condition. If this condition is true, then it will print this particular statement. That's it. Otherwise, it will come out and it will print this one. If the condition is true, it will print this one. Otherwise, it will print this one. That's it. It will come out. There is no else block here. You can see here, it is an if condition only. It verify, check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will print this statement. That's it. Otherwise, it will come out and it will print, start executing from here. So let me add, before we go for executing this particular script, try to understand the meaning of each and every line. We understood that, let us go to the third line. You have any questions in understanding the third line? What is the use of this third line? If condition, hyphen E, $A. What is this hyphen E? What is this hyphen E? Hyphen E, the test command. This is the file test command. These are the file test commands. Hyphen E is a file test command. It says true when the file is existing. These are the file test commands. Okay. Why we are using hyphen E? I want to check whether the file is existing or not. If the file is existing, it says true. If the file is existing, then it says true. Okay. Why I'm using hyphen E here? This is a file test command. I'm verifying whether the file is present or not. $A, I'm trying accessing. I'm accessing the file name. I'm trying to access the file name. The file name exists. Then it will print the given file is existing. If it is not existing, it will say not exist or something like this. Okay, not exists. You can like this. You can do like, you can keep like this. It will come out and print not exist, something like that. Okay, so let me run this script. I'm going to show you how actually it behaves. Hope you understood what is the hyphen E. Let's command script 15. I'm removing the script 15 and just fetch. Is not saved. I'm just copying all these lines, and pasting it over here. Escape, shift colon double click. Want to see the script? What is the script that we have provided? I'm just giving cat command. You can see here. Read echo command. First, it will print like echo. Enter the file name. -n option. Maybe you are aware of like -n. What is the use of -n? By default, the echo command will takes the cursor to the next line. By default, whenever the echo command is executed, the cursor will move to the next line. To avoid that one, we are using -n. Okay. To avoid that one, we are using -n. So read A is accepting some input. It is accepting some name from the user. The user enters the file name. It will accept the file name and stores that file name here in this variable called A. And then we are checking with if condition. -E is a file test command. Okay. -E is a file test command. It will just verify whether the file name is existing, whether this particular name is existing or not. If this particular file name is existing, then it will print the given file is existing. Otherwise, it will say that not existing. How to run it? Script sh space script 15.sh. Enter the file name. It is asking, enter the file name. I'm just entering the file name called Vamsi. Says that not exists. The file name is not existing. You can give ls command and see. These are the files we are having. Okay. Again, I'm trying to run the script. Okay. I'm just entering the file name. I'm just searching like there is any file called Chandrakant. No, not exist. We have the files. These are the file things we are having. kt.txt, test1, test2, test3, script 14.sh, script 15.sh. These are the files. Let me run again. sh space script 15.sh. I'm just trying to search whether, okay, the script is trying to find out whether test1 file name is existing or not. The given file test1 is existing. So actually here we should not print like not existing. This is not an if else statement. We can make some modifications. Otherwise it will give some. Okay, leave about it. It is searching for it. If you can see here, I'm just entering the file name. It says that the file name is existing. How it is validating the file name? With the help of this particular one, -e. It is validating. Okay, the condition is checking based on this hyphen. It is a file test command. It is verifying whether this file name is existing or not. If it is existing, it's write this one. Otherwise, we can come out. Okay, here we just write like we can simply write like I'm just keeping like by something. Okay, the condition is true, it will print like this. Otherwise, it will come out and print, start executing from this line. That is the objective of writing this particular small script to verify whether the given file is existing or not. Here we need to understand how we are using a file test command called -e. Let's see. Let's look at another example. Let's look at another example. You can understand. Okay, look at the script and you can understand. It is accepting an input from A from the terminal. What is this $A? What is this $A? This one. It is accessing the value of A. Dollar symbol prefixing to the variable, meaning we are accessing the value of the variable. -gt. Just now we discussed. What is this -gt? -gt stands for what? Greater than. Greater than. Okay, this is an operator. This is an operator. -gt is an operator. So what is the condition we are verifying here? The value of this one. The value of A is greater than. The value of A is greater than 0 or not. So this is the condition. We are checking like the value of A is greater than 0 or not. If the value of A is greater than 0, then it will print like it is a positive number. Okay. The value of A is greater than 0, then it will print a positive. A is a positive number. Okay. Greater than operator. Let's see how actually the greater than operator works here. -gt. Okay, this is the script that I have provided. Echo, enter a number, PDA, $A, -gt, 0. This is the condition statement that we need to understand. If condition, the value of A is greater than 0 or not. We're just checking like if the value of A is greater than 0 or not. If the value of A is greater than 0, then it will print like A is a positive number. Otherwise, it will come out and say bye. Okay. So let me run the script. Sh space script 17.sh. I'm just trying to enter a number. I'm just entering a 0. When I'm entering 0, it is not printing anything. It is just saying like bye. The conditional statement is not executing. When the conditional statement gets executed, when this conditional block will get executed, if this condition is true, then only it enters into this particular block. The condition is true, then only this particular remaining block will be executed, then block will be executed. If the condition is false, it will exit this conditional block and it will jump into the next one, the next line. So it is just printing the next line if I'm giving 0. Why? Because 0 is not a positive number. What is happening here? It is accepting 0 and it is keeping 0 here. 0 is not greater than 0. 0 is equal to 0. 0 is not greater than 0. So 0 is not a positive. 0 is a is 0 is a positive number? No. Let me give a different number. I'm just giving 1. 1 is greater than 0. 1 is a positive number. 1 is a positive number. This is the condition that we are verifying. 1 is a positive number. With the help of this condition, we are verifying whether it's a positive number, whether the given number is a positive number or not. With the help of greater than operator. Let's see some more examples. If else. If else. Okay, this is an if else block. So what is the thing that we are verifying here? We are assigning two variables. We are declaring two variables. Try to understand. See, apart from any operator, you see here we are using an operator called this is what assignment operator, right? Is equal to is an assignment operator. We are just assigning the value of 20 to the variable A, and we are assigning a value of 20 to the variable B. And again, we are using if condition $A is equal to $B or not. We are just comparing. You see, $A is equal to $B or not. Okay, this is not a comparison operator. This is not an assignment operator. This is a comparison operator. Double equal to is a comparison operator. What we are comparing here, A value is equal to B or not. We are just comparing A value is equal to B or not. If this condition is true, then it is going to print yes, A is equal to B. If the condition is false, it says that A is not equal to B. Okay. Hope you understood this script. This is a very small script. We are just declaring two variables and values. Okay. If you want, we can execute this script. How we are initializing variables and values, you can see here. We are just assigning the values of the variables. Okay. With assignment operator, we are not leaving any space. You can see here, we are not leaving any space between the variable and the value that you are assigning. No space. And you see here, whenever we are using comparison operator, we are leaving spaces between before the operator and after the operator, we are leaving spaces. Okay. I'm going to, on the script, I'm going to save the script with 18.sh. But anyhow, we can understand that what is the output that it is going to print. If the number A is equal to B or not, we're just comparing whether both the numbers are. You can see here, A is equal to B. What is the number here? Both A and B are 20. We have provided both A and values are 20, 20. It is comparing and saying that A is equal to B. That's it. It is not printing anything. A is equal to B. Okay. If I edit and if I give a wrong, if I give a different number, then it will print like A is not equal to B. Let's see some other examples. You can see how we are going to use the greater than. Okay. The examples like where we can use this greater than operator. Suppose you can see here we are using this if. Let's understand this particular script. Okay. So what you have understood from this particular script, you can see. If condition. Okay. So we have seen that the conditional statements like if condition, if else, else if, nested if else, all these things. So you can see here we are using multiple else if statements. This is the one if block. Okay. If block. If the mark is greater, the student mark is greater than 70, then we are going to print distinction. Else if the mark is greater than 60, we'll print first class. Else if, how many times? We are using multiple number of times. You see here, else if ladder, else if block, else if the student mark is 70, we are just printing like distinction. If the student mark is greater than 60, then we are printing first class. If the student mark is greater than 50, second class. If the student mark is greater than 40, then we are printing second class. You can see all these things. If condition, else if, and finally we are writing else echo fail. If it is not matching any of the else if statements, then finally it will enters into this file and enters into the else block. Got it? So this is the script that says like how to use greater than operator and how can we use this else of multiple else if blocks. How can we use multiple else if blocks, ELIF? Okay, hope you got it. If the student mark is greater than 70, it is asking for the mark. Enter student mark. Read mark. It is taking the value and keeping the value inside this mark variable and trying to access the mark value, comparing by using greater than operator. If it is greater than 70, then it will print like echo distinction. Else if, it will go for this one. Mark will be compared at least if it is greater than 60. If it is greater than 60, it will print first class. Again, it will go for else if block. If the mark is greater than 50, it will print second class. If the mark is greater than 40, it will print pass class. Finally, it is going for, if it is not matching any of these things, finally it is going for else condition echo fail. That's it. This is how we are writing like to compare the student mark, whether it is distinction first class. You can understand like how we are using else if blocks in the if conditional statements and how we can use the greater than operator -gt. We also have some other things like switch. Okay, let's take some other example. Yes, switch case. This is an important switch case. You know about switch statement, you see. We are just declaring a variable called cars. Cars is BMW. Okay, we are assigning a value to this one is as BMW. And here we have multiple case statements, case 1, case 2, case 3. Suppose if the value is BMW, it will matches with this one, the case 3. It will matches with the case 3. So the input can be, this particular input can be given, can be accepted by the user. If the user enters BMW, then it will enter the case 3. It will print like the headquarters of this one is Chennai, Tamil Nadu. The output of this one is this one. Why? Because we have provided the input of the cars as BMW. Here we have multiple cases. We can write multiple cases like this. This is the script we are writing. This is the script we are writing. How many cases we have? Case 1, Mercedes. Case 2, Audi. Case 3, BMW. If the user enters, okay, if the value of the variable, you see the case $cars, we are verifying, we are searching for the value in these case statements. If the cars is matching with BMW, it will go for case 3. If the cars is matching, if this value, okay, if the value matches with Mercedes, it will print this particular one, echo headquarters, this one. If this value matches with Audi, it will print like this one, second one. And finally, we are coming out. ESAC is the one which is, it says that the end of the case statement. ESAC, the meaning of ESAC is the end of the case statement. These are the case statement that we are using. This is the syntax we use for case, ESAC, starting, ending. And this particular value we are searching in all these cases. If the cars is BMW, if the value of the cars is BMW, it will matches with this case 3. If this value, okay, suppose if I write instead of BMW, if I write Mercedes, then it will print this particular one. This is the output, headquarters, this one. Any questions? How can we use the syntax for the switch state? We'll see some more examples, but let's understand very small things. How actually we can use, what is the syntax of these switch statements, all these things. Okay, let's see some more examples. Okay, you know, right? We can see some examples there in programming languages, like to see whether the number is a even number or odd number. This is the logic. So we'll take the number. The number is 10. So 10 modulus operator. This is modulus operator. This is not divided by, this is modulus operator. So why we are using modulus operator? If I want a reminder, I'll take the modulus operator. 10 divided by 2. The n value will be kept here. 10 modulus of 2. So what is the modulus operation? The modulus operation will takes the remainder of 2 and will compares with 0. If the remainder of this operation is 0, the remainder of this particular one is 0, then it will print even number. It is not equal to 0, then it will print odd number. This is the logic says. This is the logic for printing whether the given number is even number or odd number. Got it? This logic says whether the given number is even number or not. N modulus of 2 is equal to 0. This is a comparison operator. We're just comparing. So modulus of 2, what it is like modulus of 2? Modulus operation will gives the remainder. It will take the remainder, the output as remainder. The output of remainder, for this particular n modulus of 10 modulus of 2 will take the remainder of this operation and compares with 0. So if it is equal to 0, then the number is even number 10. See, what is the remainder when we do a division operation with this one? 10 divided by 2. Remainder will be 0. So 0 is equal to 0. Yes, 0 is equal to 0, right? So it will print even number. Okay, then. You have any questions in today's session? Then let's discuss. Otherwise, this is how actually we use the arithmetic operators, relational operators, and some of the logics like we use switch statements, if else statements, all these things in the scripting. Let's see one or two classes. Okay, let's take one or two classes and let's complete the shell scripting so that you will get some idea like how can we write scripting under. Any questions? Okay, then. Thank you. If you don't have any questions, let's meet.